Like in the type of builds Drows go for, you probably want the Dragon Lance and the Hurricane Pike first. That's almost at the cost of a Bloodstone, and you're already playing from behind on farms, so might be a big window of opportunity where Lala's unkillable.
Wrap around the smoke play. They would love the kill on this Ember Spirit, and it's looking possible. Let's see where the remnants are.
Maybe top.
Just go top instead. He's a remnant there. Oh, okay, they're going.
Beta.
The global silence committed. I mean, if they get this kill, it is definitely worth it.
He
it's still a big if though.
What?
Oh no. That is a feels bad man for Bet Boom. Yeah, pulverizing the creep. That was a whoopsie.
I mean, maybe noticed had a game in the groups where he got killed by a melee creep. He's like, I'm not having that happen again. Revenge. But it's kind of a weird one. Like, the argument you can make is he wasn't close enough to pulverize the Ember when he ran right, but you should be able to chase him right. Like, Ember is not quicker than you are at that stage. I think that was just a little bit of a whoopsie daisy. I mean, maybe he was trying, maybe he thought like, oh, the pulverized damage spread will be enough to kill off your barge. Yeah, just
either way, it doesn't feel like Ember Spirit should get out with a global silence use and the free gank that with the setup. So, you know, whatever it may be, it's that is unfortunate for them as a team. And Marcy going down at the bottom lane continues to be a bit more unfortunate. But notice, it's not going to let that deter him from going for more, going for Skem. Tombstone's put down and rips himself, but eventually killed. FBZ thinking about protecting the Tombstone. That's not going to happen though. And they'll settle for the Undying kill at the top lane.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm still trying to wrap my brain and come up with a reason. We won't focus on it too much more. It just seems like it's one of those whoopsie-daisy moments. So. But that creep will not mess with Noticed again, okay? That's all I'm going to say.
Well, Ember Spirit, again, the fact he's able to stay alive there, gets regen, and got the Maelstrom now we've mentioned a couple of times. He's going to be building into that Yules. Picks up the Windlace. Into his jungle over here he'll go. There is a pretty big Ancient stack. I don't know if that's for the Ember Spirit or maybe the Drow, I suppose. Either way.
Yes,
going to be doing that in the near future.
Yeah, Ember's job now is to go push lanes. Drow's like, this is my area, get the hell out. Jackie just needs everything he can get. He's still playing catch up. The only core that has less farm than him is one of his comrades in FBZ. Oh, the timing. The gust though saves his life.
What a gust. He had no intention of fighting the whole team there. He's just like, I'm going for another stack. Don't mind me. Holy crap, everyone's here. Gust is out, and there's a spear hit on Marcy. She goes down, and the rest of Bet Boom is going to retreat, realizing now this is a lost cause. So, yeah, that Gust was clutch.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you have to go hard and fast, so you're going to be clustered entering, but perfect position for a Drow to find you. Just the Gust silencing all three of them, so no counterattack opportunity. And now instead, attack's going to come the other way. Tries to use the illusion to dodge out the spear, not able to do so, but the global silence prevents a follow-up from FBZ and turns into a tier 1 takedown for Bet Boom.
Oh, that he wanted to get that arena off, but he mentioned the global silence means no.
He doesn't commit for the tier 1. I thought he was going to go for it, but I guess from his perspective, he's still vulnerable. Even with 1800 HP in a Bloodstone, he's a little bit paranoid.
Jack Boy's attempting to stack this massive Ancient creep yet again. Unfortunately, it's too bulky. They're getting in the way. They're not going to be able to avoid being in the square at the 15-minute mark. So, but a little surprised they haven't taken it yet. With that said, both maybe feels like she needs a little bit of help to do so. Cole, but waiting for the appropriate time. We'll keep an eye on that if Bet Boom is able to manage to go for the steal eventually. But
they have a good ward to stop that, by the way. You can see the Boom dropped a ward just outside the Roche pit. This is doubly impactful because Bet Boom are the type of lineup that could go for a quick Roche with the Nature's Prophet as well as the Leshrac. On top of that, there is the stacks to protect, so it's a multifaceted ward.
Bottom lane there, Yopaj gets pushed out by the Primal Beast. He'll easily remnant back to the mid. Continues to get ever so close now to that Yules follow-up to the Maelstrom. Blink on Mars, remember, that's showed that off the last time and might not come into play here. Maybe it will. Now Arcane Curse, that was an awkward spear. Not sure about that one, but he's just in panic mode, it feels like. The silence up. He's got the arena, though, finally going to be using out Marcy. She is stuck. So only ends up being the Marcy. It feels like that could have been more, but yeah, FBZ having some trouble there, especially with the silencer nearby.
It's honestly, the Bushwhack saved that from being a mess for Boom. Boom were confident to fight, especially the Lestrak's positioning there, but who was there saving the day? It's everyone's favorite squirrel. Tim's just gets the Bushwhack onto 2. That leads into the arena follow-up. And by the way, that arena, like, we didn't see it in the mid lane when he pushed back the Lestrak. And part of me is wondering if that was the global silence, because something that I think the most godly of Mars love doing is the spear first into arena combo, because it guarantees that there's no reaction.
Bottom lane?
Or how is he not dead?
No, he's dead.
Yeah, the fact that even looked for a second like it was going to turn around with the hack rotation is disgusting.
Well, Seneko will TP out, no clear, close by that he is, but yeah, unfortunately in that case, the global silence used to no avail, as his teammate still dies, and Yopaj now has the Yules delivered. That is a very good item to have this game.
Oh,
typically is for Ember in general.
Drow's finally doing it. Yeah, this is going to catch her up to the Lestrak as well, which is very important. You can see Hurricane Pike is almost complete already. BKB after that. But still just love to see that Ag Shard. I think it just relegates Lestrak's Bloodstone to the tiers of reasonable. That's how absurd it is on this hero. It doesn't break it, it just makes it reasonable.
No play. Is the arena back up? It sure is. BZ looking for another jump. Leshrac. No. Thought about it.
Oh, okay.
Sharpshooter, Marcy, getting low to get in. He's dead. It's just a bit after bit after bit, and eventually Marcy goes down.
Yeah, it's one of those funky interactions between Bushwhack and Spear, because like when you spear them out, it stops the Bushwhack. Arena, Valve been found here. Bloodstone activate. They need to get out of range of it. Noticed. What are you doing, sir? That's a wall. You can't walk through it, no matter how angry you are. All right, we found the counter to Primal Beast. Just drop an arena, you can't do anything. Yopaj now committed in. Long range poke from Drow, good enough, and the Disco Pony is dead. But they're gonna find more. Primal Beast, Bushwhack in the tree line, second one falling. The BKB activated for nothing. Double kill for Jackie, just as he needs the cheddar. He has plenty of gold provided.
Yeah, noticed right there again, talking about really being uncertain, using the BKB when that death almost felt certain. Hoping that he would help him to escape. Understandable where his mind was at in the moment, but that is unfortunate because that's now a charge off. But yeah, Drow Ranger showing up at the right time. I saw that she wasn't there initially. She TP'd it immediately though to the mid tower to join the fight as soon as possible, and clearly was needed. So off of that ancient clear she had, now joins that fight, and you mentioned that net worth is starting to climb up quite a bit. But I also want to bring up the Ember Spirit again, the Yule. So mentioned how a great item to pick up just in general this year, a lot of cases, but especially this game, it feels really good. And right there, one of the many cases, using it to dodge the splitter stun by Leshrac. That was attempted. It just popped it up, avoided, and was able to keep going shortly after. So yeah, this Ember Spirit is continuing to be an issue, but we can't forget about the Nature's Prophet, especially in the hands of the Hawk, and he's continues to be the top farm in his team, at least. We're actually in the game.
Yeah, all I can think of in that fight, Breaky, is the Primal Beast just on a treadmill. Like that. The arena, I mean, maybe it's the counter to Primal Beast, but it should be when he's got a BKB. Speaking of which, Primal Beast is going to dive in deep. Global Sun's going to come out. They lock down the Ember. Undying also on the chop and block. TP out attempt by FBZ will not be successful, and just like that, BetBoom got Roche.
Yeah, and 3 kills, Roshan kill, BetBoom. Yep, they're feeling great all of a sudden. Great catch initially. The global silence definitely coming into play there. So I'm talking about the Ember Spirit with the Yules and how farmed he is and how great it feels to be him right now. Says BetBoom. Not feeling so great anymore. So now with the Roshan kill, the age is going to be picked up for the Hawk or Mars or Laurel. Actually, that makes a lot more sense. Just the BKB suit as well. Yeah, this goes back to that previous fight. You feeling like, okay, Boom, really starting to gain some ground now, but never mind. I mean, BetBoom, they throw it right back at them. And they are going to hit a huge power spike, it seems like, really in the next couple of minutes now.
Yeah, and the cool thing is they didn't even use the BKB on notice, so they're ready to go instantaneously. But just back to that point, like the BKB, if he uses that, not even the arena stops him. And that's an issue because that was the only bright side I was seeing about this Primal Beast being addressed. Is if you look at Boom, nothing else on their team stops Primal Beast. If he just activates that BKB, he's in. You haven't got a Primal Roar, you haven't got the Purge of a Shadow Demon. He just gets on top of whoever he wants, and he's always going to be targeting that Drow.
Leshrac, 40 bottom lane, smoke play. FBZ looking for his own jump, gets exposed. No, something's up. Who's gonna? Oh, the curse! The curse was so clutch right there, prevents the flank, and now it's Primal Beast's turn. He pops the BKB, he charges in, he starts pulverizing Drow in the backline. That's not what you want if you're Boom. And Drow is dead. FBZ, the defensive arena is not even gonna work. He falls, Skem goes down as well, and the disaster continues for Boom Esports. Bet Boom. They're pushing bottom. I mentioned this power spike is going to hit, and it absolutely has.
And the crazy part is they built a 5k net worth lead off the back of one tower breaky. This is going to snowball. They give you a 10k net worth lead in the next 2 minutes. It's going to be a tier 2. They have to stop there. Unlikely they go on the high ground, but there's still plenty of appetizers on the map. Tier 1 mid and top, as well as the 2s behind it. They could just shut down the map back to back here, and Boom, they have little recourse. They use the arena, that's on cooldown for 50 seconds. Even when it's not, you see how irrelevant it is. Like, there was no good opportunity. Even if Mars jumps first, it's very difficult with the global silence to prevent the follow-up, and this Primal Beast being untamed, there isn't really a way that the counterpart offlaner can control fights anymore.
Leshrac activates the Bloodstone, pushing mid lane. It's going to be the free tower kill right there. Remember, he has the Aegis. Still hasn't used that BKB. Didn't have to that last fight, of course, as pointed out. And obviously, Bet Boom, they're not going to stop. I mean, this is not a team that has those heavy cooldowns other than the global silence, but they don't need the global silence. They didn't need it for that last fight, and it is actually ready. So to that point, it doesn't really matter. But they're going to smoke up, head top. Tims be victim if he's not careful. Oh no, or Ember Spirit can be. Yeah, they saw the remnant. He goes to it, and he is dead. Pulverized 1, 2. 50 seconds out for Tims. Might get away, but that's the last thing you really care about if you're.
How many heroes can screw up where they're trying to like initiate on someone and still recover it like that? There are not many in the game. Primal Beast is a very rare specimen there. He curved the onslaught around, got close enough that Marcy was able to just hop in and get the initial stun, and then pulverize follow up as a view. Speaking of that Marcy, she's not done yet. Bot lane instantly finds the Mars. Oh, Skem. Oh, the hack. I don't know if the Shadow Blade was on cooldown or if he just used it too late. He didn't get the bonus damage, which would have killed the Undying.
Meh. Like,
that's all right.
Whatever. I mean, I got the Mars. I mean, yeah, it sucks. So, yeah, I'm dying.
Yeah, you know what I say.
Deal.
Let one live to tell the tale.
Tell your friends what happened here. He's got a nullifier coming too soon, by the way. In the 1,000 gold, he's gonna have a nullifier. Like, this is 25 minutes basically. He'll have a nullifier, Shadow Blade, Witch Blade, and a BKB. The hack is freaking farmed, and
yeah, not much, right? Like, it's just absurd, actually. You see why people ban this hero against him. He's violent. I think the cool deviation is Bet Boom kind of feel like they're at a point where they're more willing to pick this early on. Obviously, in this game, they did, right? Did they pick the Nature's Prophet first phase? Because it was Primal Beast.
It was the first pick. It was literally the first pick.
Yeah, so it's like they've realized that people keep banning out the Visage, but they haven't been giving recognition to the Nature's Prophet until second phase. Bet Boom, to their credit, found a way to make it work. I just feel like when you look at the drafts, Boom never counted the Nature's Prophet. Like in theory, they do with the initiation, but
yeah, that's all. I think the Ember Spirit was kind of supposed to be that, especially with the second pick. Ember Spirit, and it's fair on paper, it makes sense, but yeah, it just hasn't. I don't think we've seen the Ember Spirit even attempt to go for the Nature's Prophet. Not that he should be, but we haven't gotten to that point, right? Like, yes, he had a great start, but it then started to quickly snowball the other way with etc. And Silencer, of course, is an issue for Ember too, and that clearly has been showing here.
And that's the thing to clarify is like what they've done brilliantly well is like even just for the two openers, they addressed the concerns. Like Primal Beast wasn't counted because they became very tunnel vision on the Nature's Prophet. The crazy part is by that tunnel vision, not only did Notice get to have a free game, but the knock-on effect is that Dahaka is just having the vibiest of games. I mean, it's just calm and cool. 1 death, 2 kills, 8 assists, and a clear and dominant lead in the net worth department.
Primal Beast keeping us guessing. Thought about using the onslaught in, but better of it, and now Ember Spirit's gonna go in. Is this what you want, though? The arena's up. Leshrac, he gets pinned down, but hey, here's the Bloodstone. And he's just gonna walk out with his own BKB. Everyone using their BKBs, barely everyone has one, including Roger. He's trying to run out as well, but those, of course, gonna be wearing off now. Global Silence was used in the midst of it. Somehow nobody dead, but that's a huge curse, by the way, hitting 4.
That'll stop any reinitiation, especially from the Mars. I mean, they committed a lot to that fight. You know, it doesn't look like a lot. It's like Tombstone and the arena, but that's more or less their lot. Like, they had to get a kill off of that. Now with this reset, Boom have to be feeling pretty confident. They did, of course, have to commit the global, but I think overall they can just go back in freely. It just comes back to that Primal Beast. He has got BKB on cooldown for 50 seconds. But if Boom don't play contained as 5, anyone who shows up on the lane now will be jumped.
Ranger, BKB, Hurricane Fire. I mean, it seems like she's got some of these tools. Even she's going to be going to Shadow Blade next, so really will have a lot of these tools to just stay alive if it gets jumped. But will she? I mean, no matter what you have, if they get the jump first, specifically this Primal Beast, even the Marcy, hell, Silencer with his Global Silence, it might just not matter if you're the draw, no matter what items you do have here. Always going to be vulnerable.
And that's sick. I just want to like confirm, because I thought I saw it correctly. Like FBZ is doing Spear into Arena. This is a high-level Mars play. Like, it takes a lot of practice. I remember when players started doing this at first, you saw a lot of questionable arenas because they mistimed it. The idea is if you start with Spear, they can't react at all. Whereas if you commit Arena, if they have a BKB, they'll trigger that and get out.
Okay. FBC is being run down here, by the way. Pushback gonna miss thanks to the script pushback, but then no fire in, and he's in trouble. That BKB is not saving him. Way too much physical damage from the Nature's Prophet, and he's out for 45 seconds.
They baited him hard as well. They let him keep running long enough, getting low enough that even if he tries to BKB TP out, it's not going to be enough. And the crazy part actually is maybe if he turned around to face the Nature's Prophet before TPing, then he would have been saved by the Bulwark. But it's very hard to make that call when you're panicking like that to get out.
45 seconds on the Roshan. It's a very quick one. Roger chilling here for now. Waiting to see if it spawns very quickly, but
for enemies.
He chills for another 35 seconds. He may get a chance.
No rush for them. They have good map control. Boom is essentially playing with what feels like a quarter of the map right now. Like, actually, every time I'm looking at the map, they're in this ancient area together, huddled, praying that a Primal Beast doesn't run straight through all of them.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Oh, that courier actually does connect.
There you go. Primal Beast.
Onslaught.
Yeah, he decides against it. It's like not worth it. You know, don't get caught chasing tail literally in this situation.
All right, there's Roshan. Comes up. Things come out. Nature's Prophet teleports in. Gonna go for it quickly. 5-player smoke, or really 4-player, but either way, Boom. Can they respond here? They're not really going for it, so they're not fully aware.
It's too slow. Lal is intentionally positioning outside the pit as well, so he can be the reset when the side of Boom jump into the pit. Not getting too late. I mean, this is not fast enough. Yeah, they only just got the tip that's happening, and it's too little too late. Blink away in time by Mars. Lal will be prevented from pursuing for the time being, but they're still going to try and initiate Dahak. He just dives into the TP to the back line. The BKB activated. Global Silence comes out. Drow standing her ground, but overwhelmed. And Dahak not only gets the kill on Drow first, but he still has that second line to work with. And the follow-up is going to bring the pain. Boom at risk of being wiped here. Tim's only one to get out, but the rest of Boom are going to hit the deck and go nap time.
I mean, that's confidence from Dahak, I'll put it that way. And he was definitely right to be so. It was a case of with the Aegis especially, it's like, yes, I may die for this, but I'm going to force Boom Esports to basically fight me as I teleport literally in the middle of them. And of course, rely on his teammates to also assist as they did. So, risky play, perhaps, on some level, but it ends up working out just fine. And Boom That lead has grown now to 23,000. Again, no Aegis now to work with, but kind of really doing its purpose anyways. Now they're just going to easily push this bottom lane.
Yeah, I mean, usually you pick up an Aegis to get a really good fight into an objective. They done that. Basically wiped the Boom team minus Tims and moving to the high ground. Won't be able to get the melee racks due to the glyph, but the range racks should be going down here. They'll just calmly back off, take the tier 2, and look to reset. Now with 24k net worth lead, he's starting to slide the other way. This is kind of Boom in reverse, which I guess is appropriate because I think some people are getting confused every time we say the word Boom.
Boom Esports is 5 players smoked themselves now and point of starting to get a little bit desperate. Got to make a play. Gear it up in front, more so Mars, the one up there. The arena. That Boom though, they're keeping their distance.
Prophet can get hit straight away as well, so it will tend to a 5v5 fight unless you can be quick. FBZ not quick enough. Nurse gets the BKB on, he charges through, connects on the free! Backline exposed. Boom, not able to do anything. Drow Ranger, the premium target for Best Boom, as they take another clear fight win.
I mean, yeah, FBZ, really unfortunate timing there. He's the one that jumped thinking that he had the initiation, but the onslaught from Primal Beast. And the team of Bad Boom just completely ignored the Mars. He couldn't even get off his arena in an appropriate place. And we see the final kill right there on a Yopaj as they catch up and make it happen. But yeah, the lead just too much to handle for Boom Esports at this point. And Bad Boom is going to now push down into the tier 2. And why not go for more? Because nothing's really stopping them at this point. There's buyback on Ember Spirit. The support's also back up in a couple of seconds. But clearly the firepower just not there. Boom Esports on full time.
Yeah, they're slipping out very fast. I mean, you just see the potency of this lineup when your opponents have to panic rush you. That's what's happening here. Like, that is a choke when you're rushing through against a Primal Beast, against a Leshrac, against a Marcy. That chain stun, you saw the potential. They line up 3 heroes, Notice follows through, connects onto the core target before BKBs can come out. And from that point on, like, Boom just have no way of taking these fights. I gotta give a lot of credit for BetBoom. I think we've seen games where they feel this pressure to split push, and when they split up, they get punished for it. But you're seeing the difference that this Nature's Prophet makes. Dahak is so much more comfortable rather playing wide on the map and always arriving in time. Something that Nature's Prophet is unique compared to a lot of these split push heroes in being able to do.
Yeah, the dude's playing like he's an axe, like we saw in that previous fight. He just doesn't care. He just jumps in and basically taunts everyone, and well, we saw what happened again after that Roshan fight that took place. So absolutely phenomenal Nature's Prophet player. So such a unique playstyle to an extent, and clearly a hero that for the future BetBoom opponents here in the group stages want to look back at this game. And obviously it's not the most biggest secret that he is a Nature's Prophet player, but just perhaps respecting it. But they've gone in. Roger, they have gone in. There's the BKB, and the arena comes out, and notice this is gonna show that he's frustrated about the situation, and he's like, smash your face in then, Mars. He's dead. Marcy went a little too far.
You say too far, she done what she needed to. You know, this guy over here, Jackie, the hero is playing, it's not Mirana, so no friend to the Marcy. Just stuck on something the whole time, does go down the end, but that was spooky. Drow for a moment looked like she might be slipping into the abyss courtesy of the possible on the side of BetBoom. But now, after all that's said and done, I mean, the primary initiation to control for Boom is gone, and the follow-up coming out from BetBoom is a view. Jackie now gone for 70 seconds, follow-up kill into the Hoodwink, and this is looking chalk. I don't actually see a way in which Boom can come back.
Yeah, turns out when you have a 36,000 net worth lead around 35 minutes into the game, you can kind of just enter the opponent's space and do what you want with it. That's what we're seeing here from BetBoom. They got the buyback from Hoodwig. I mean, Mars back up. He doesn't even have Arena yet, though. He is going to get a spear initiation onto the Nature's Prophet. And Dahak getting low, but never mind. Satanic. That'll change it. And now Ember Spirit realizing that's just not going to work. So Mars dead again. 45 seconds. And they're going to keep this push going. Watch the mega creeps. Ember Spirit in the back alliance. Trying to go for the catch, but Nature's Prophet teleported out. And he's going to be teleporting right back in after finishing a Silver Edge, by the way.
Yeah, it's probably the worst kill you can go for as well. You might notice the Hawk is holding buyback intentionally. He wants to die. Because the amount you have to commit to kill him is too high. You'll lose the fight overall because he'll just buyback, TP behind you, and clean up what's left. instead. They'll just have to clean up the buildings. That's going to be mega creeps, and boom. Haven't called GG just yet. Many teams don't, even when it looks this grim. With 40k net worth lead now, TikTok is appropriate as long as it's just a matter of time before a bet boom win.
All right, so what did we say? We got about another 20 minutes before this game will truly end, potentially. So, back, hang on.
Bet boom could